This is the Uptick Network Stock Day Podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Penny stock news and interviews from the microcap world. Public information on OTC, Pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a returning guest. He is Gary Tilden. He's the CEO of Simlatus Corporation. Well, they trade on the OTC Pink sheets under the ticker symbol SIML. Gary, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks, Everett, for having me.
You know, I've had you several times and interviewed you several times here on the show. Just explain why Simlatus went public. I think you've been public for, what, 18 years now?
Yeah, 18 years we've been in business, and we went public to raise capital for our newer products, which I think we've discussed before, are the SyncPal and our new immersive broadcast system.
Gary, your annual sales have gone from about 2 to 4 million to 500,000. That doesn't look appealing to investors looking in. What value is there for the investors to consider when the revenues have been sliding?
Well, our company has experienced a technology shift over the past 3 years, Everett, and our customers are still using our products that have been sold to them over the past 18 years. Although the industry is growing, both economically and demographically, our value is in the strong customer relations we have established.
You know, I visit your website over the weekend, and I could see some of your customers. Just to name a few, you've got DirecTV, Fox News, Warner Brothers. So, Gary, your value is in the customers that rely on your value products. So let's talk about how investors and shareholders of your company will grow over the next few years. I need to understand, again, what it is that you offer in your old product line and how you plan to expand your older product line and how your new products are going to change the dynamics, and especially for your revenue stream.
Yeah, Everett, all great companies have had serious bumps in the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Xerox, IBM, Apple, and even Microsoft. And those are all related to either products that were too soon for market and buyer acceptance, or the technology leaps that affected the way that buyers purchase. Simlatus has a strong lineage where in 1998, our engineers designed, built, and manufactured and distributed the best quality commercial audio-video systems to the likes of CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, ESPN, Warner Brothers, DirecTV, and many more studios to support their public programming needs. We went from analog into digital to high def to satellite to UHD and now to 4K, from computer electronics to smartphone technology. Simlatus has kept up the pace while all along keeping very strong ties to the industry leaders and their needs. We have 55 products that are purchased in small quantities by all of our customers, and we need to maintain the old product line as our responsibility to them so they can support their public broadcast needs.
Okay, Gary, I understand better why you have a decline in sales with your older commercial product line, and that there is still a need, but only on a maintenance level, so the large studios have a manufacturer to supply their parts. So explain what the new products are and why investors should take a chance on you and believe that the investment is going to be a good one.
Yeah, Everett, the customers have been asking for a product that they can operate from their smartphone, one that offers them the ability for quality control during a live broadcast feed. Keep in mind that we have some of the most talented engineers and immersive technology experts as part of our design team. Our new SyncPal, I should say, is the new product to enter the market very soon.
You and I, like I said, you've been on my show several times, and we talked about SyncPal. What is SyncPal? You mentioned it in other interviews, and that it's being sent out to one of the largest studios in the world for beta testing. So where are things at this moment with SyncPal?
Yeah, Everett, as I've mentioned before, SyncPal was sent out a couple of weeks ago for beta testing to the Burbank, California studio. That studio will use it for the next few weeks with their broadcast programs. And, of course, before it was sent, we tested it first with a company called Renegade Labs here in Grass Valley, California, and those tests were all successful. But SyncPal, it provides the studio the means to correct any sync problems with the audio and video via their smartphone. The technology, even though it's very complicated, we made it simple, fast, and convenient for the studio to correct the movement of the person's mouth with the sound in case they are not in sync. In short, our product corrects a problem worldwide that occurs every day with public broadcasting. I'm sure you've seen this before.
Absolutely. Very, very interesting, Gary. Right. I'll watch an audio video. The words don't link up to what's coming out of the person's mouth. It's usually behind. It's very frustrating. I understand that. And we discussed that before. So you guys have built and designed this product. You guys have strong relationships to place thousands of these small units with the commercial broadcast studios and all of their multi-locations. What kind of revenues do you project here, and where do you see the place of Simlatus in the public markets, and when do you think we might find some monetary falling on the balance sheet?
Well, Everett, remember earlier in the interview I mentioned that all great companies have experienced hurdles in their lifetime?
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. They're all successful today because they have great products that their customers want. Our customers want this SyncPal, and SyncPal is the first generation of the immersive commercial products we will sell. SyncPal should be ready for manufacturing as early as next month, and our new marketing team is establishing pre-orders. As crazy as it sounds, there are 10,000 studios that need this product.
Wow.
Yeah, many of those studios have multiple locations, so that would be even more. And we hope to hit a $30 million revenue stream with this product. And then our goal is to move the public company to the New York Stock Exchange.
My guest today is Gary Tilden. He is the CEO of Simlatus Corporation. He has given us the rundown of where the company's at and where we're going. They trade on the OTC markets under SIML. Gary, all this is very impressive. And this is not your everyday run-of-the-mill OTC market company. You have a great history, revenues, assets, intellectual properties, distribution, loyal customers. You couldn't ask for more. And I know that SyncPal is only the start of this new generation of products. Tell us more. I think you said that you guys have like 50 or 55 products in the pipeline or something like that?
Yes, we have 55 products. And, you know, Everett, it can only get better. And before I discuss the immersive product that is scheduled for late 2017, let me discuss some corporate matters first. You know, we need a dedicated fund that can grow with us to the New York Stock Exchange, and we are now evaluating various proposals and continue to contemplate the filing of the S-1 registration statement to help move us in that direction. Further, we want to see if the revenues from SyncPal can drive our balance sheet to the New York Stock Exchange without the need of an S-1 registration. You know, we spent the last year disposing of debt and correcting problems inherited from the previous management. These are administrative fixes and will have no bearing on our success and the new revenue. So let's talk about the IBS product.
Yeah, Gary, before you talk about the IBS product,
okay.
We've spoken about it in past interviews. And there's no question that the virtual reality technology is the way of the future. Now, I spent a little bit more time researching this new industry, and it's about 150 billion, that's with a B, billion industry. Amazing that you and Simlatus will be a part of it in a commercial broadcaster sector. What else can you tell us?
You're so right, Everett. Our immersive product will allow our existing customers to access the entire studio through an immersive software platform, which is integrated with all the studio audio video systems. The engineer will never have to leave their seat and still can provide quality control, maintenance, and management during public programming. Furthermore, it allows us to upgrade all of our 55 products so that these products can replace the existing older product line that has saturated the studios. It becomes a cost containment valuation where the studio will actually spend less money buying our new IBS product along with upgraded products to replace what we've already sold them in the past 18 years.
So let me see if I can understand this. You designed a way to sell a new product to replace your older products to all these studios.
Exactly. But, what we've developed is a very advanced product in the IBS that requires an annual subscription and an access to our software platform and security. Other companies that go this same route with these types of products have been acquired for larger companies for as much as $1 billion and more. We'll also provide a very similar product for the consumer use in an app-based software product that will allow any user to build their own broadcast studio for live programming using their smartphone and its camera recording and multimedia functions. This provides a residual revenue stream for Simlatus.
Gary, this all sounds very exciting. And each time you come on the interview, it doesn't really explain the stock price. Like I said earlier, we're at 0003. You're getting ready to go into a huge multi-billion-dollar industry, a possibility that you guys could generate $30 million in revenue. Can you give us a little bit more of a analysis going forward?
Yeah, Everett, our analysts, our market support professionals, investors, and shareholders all believe that Simlatus will be a very strong company with a strong valuation in the months to come. We're not trying to create the product. We already have 55 of them. We're also not trying to find a sales channel because we already have a global distribution network. And we're also not hoping to have a solid customer base because really we have the greatest studios in the world that already support our products and want more. Everett, I'm sure we're running short on time. I'd like to thank you again for allowing me to speak with you on your podcast, and I look forward to keeping our public informed in the months to come.
Absolutely. The company that we're highlighting today is Simlatus Corporation. Well, they trade on the OTC market under the ticker symbol SIML. We've been speaking to Gary Tilden. He's the CEO, and he says this is the time to be looking at his company. He says we're getting ready to come out of the beta testing. We're going to have some products on the market here within 30 to 45 days. Gary, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and I hope that nothing but success comes to you and your company, and I look forward to having you back in 40 or 50 days to see what the outcome is going to become.
I really appreciate it, Everett. You take care.
The following program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire LLC, which is responsible for the following content. The opinions and information provided on today's show are those of the guests and of those of the respective companies they represent, and does not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of this station. Uptick Network encourages all listeners of the show to do their own due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that'll work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of today's show may have paid to appear on the show and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Network or this station.